Good morning, my friends. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I'm so thankful that we have a new day. We can celebrate God's faithfulness today because when we lift up our eyes and look to the heavens, we see so much more than what's going on this earth because God is in the heavens. His habitation, it says, is in the heavens, and He is everywhere, yes, but with the sun in the morning and the moon at night, He is telling us that His faithfulness is new, His mercies are new every morning. And so we celebrate that because in Psalms 19, this is a psalm we learned as children in Armenian by heart, and it says the first three verses. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows His handiwork. Day unto day utters speech, and night unto night shows knowledge. There is no speech nor language. It is all over the world, everywhere. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. So the heavens declare God's love, God's glory all over the world. And I am so excited for that. And we can celebrate that on this Monday morning. When I was pondering on the message yesterday, when Benjamin brought it, it was from Matthew 9, and he brought this verse out, and I just love it because it says, in chapter 9 of Matthew and verse 35, it says, and Jesus went about all the cities and villages. Of course, this is the verse before, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, healing every sickness, every disease among the people. But verse 36, but when He saw the multitude, that word He saw, He lifted up His eyes and He saw them. He was filled with compassion because He saw them as sheep without a shepherd. Jesus saw them as sheep. He saw each one of them. Yes, He was going about the multitudes, but then He started seeing them, and He wanted the disciples to learn something, because He said in chapter, in verse 35 of John, in chapter 4, He's saying to them, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white unto harvest. Lift up your eyes. And when I read that, I thought about, yes, so many times, just in the physical, our eyes are on things right here in front of us, maybe our phone, maybe people, maybe just looking. But Jesus wants us to lift up our eyes and be filled with compassion for people. Because I remember one time being on a train in Germany and going through Europe, and I just love Europe, and the kids were little, Jennifer and Benjamin, and Terry and I, we were looking out the window, but they were playing cards, and they were just like so happy with being together and enjoying the train ride. But I said, look up, look out the window. You're missing so much. It's like when we lift up our eyes, then we see, because Jesus said, lift up your eyes and look to the fields, because Jesus has worked for us. He says the harvest is plenty. And then He said, pray to the Father of the harvest to send forth laborers, people that will see, that will lift up their eyes and see people for who they are, and be filled with compassion and be ready to share the gospel wherever we go. So let's lift up our eyes today and look on the harvest fields, because God has work for us to do. And let us lift up our eyes to the heavens and thank Him that He's a faithful God. He keeps His promises, and that He's with us always. Be blessed today.